Hello everyone, I accept that all of you are doing good and welcome to this video of Introduction to Algorithm. This video is part of a series of video that's dedicated to the base notion of algorithm. Without wasting time, let's get started. The first thing that we try to understand is what is computer science and in which domain or what's the most important domain in which algorithm falls in. Computer science is just have many definition. Maybe I like just to define computer science to be a domain where any domain where we can use computer to execute some tasks. Therefore, there are many domain or subdomain of computer science as system administration. In this domain, we try to understand how to link physical devices, mean hardware part of the computer, to the software part that is generally known as operating system. It is part of or subdomain of the computer science. Another subdomain is the domain of computer network. In this domain, we just concentrate on how we will link together devices to build a physical network. Another domain is the domain of computer security. In this domain, you will just learn some techniques to protect equipment, physical equipment, and different software from hackers, such as to not destroy the equipment of the software. Another domain, the domain of data science. In this domain, we try to use techniques to take information using data. And the domain where algorithm is most used is the domain of management information system or software development. Now we can ask ourselves, what is management information system, or in other words, what is software development? Software development is just a subdomain of computer science where we try to build software application. This is a very important domain for businesses and enterprise because they help enterprise to communicate by using website, mobile apps, or custom service chatbot with artificial intelligence that is going on today. It helps also to manage using management software and CRMS customer relation software. It can help enterprise to organize themselves using project management tools. It can all help also enterprise to analyze their performance using business intelligence software. The most important word in software development is the word of develop. Develop is different from program, or developing is different from programming, because develop means three things. It means the fact to analyze, to design, and to program. Analyze means you have to understand the need of the business or the client, means that understand the need of the enterprise of the client. After that, you have to design. Design means to construct and find the most efficient idea that you can put in place to answer the problem or the need of the business or the client. And after that, you now program or use programming to transform this design idea into a functional code. Now, it means that in software development, we develop and we use algorithm to be able to write or design some solution independent of the programming part. Now, what is algorithm? Algorithm is just a sequence of instructions that is used to perform a task. Like when you have a cooking recipe that you have to do. In a cooking recipe, you have some instruction that is given, and it's in a specific order. And at the end, we have the cooking food that is ready to be eaten. Or also when you have in live day, when you want to build something, is what you want to build a bed, you have those building information that is given in a certain order. Those are instruction. It means that all the notice that you have or all the cooking recipe are algorithm. It's just a set of instruction that when you do this sequence of instruction, you perform the task that is obtained. Now in day-to-day life, you have many type of algorithm that is given. Even when somebody gives you instruction to go or at a specific places is a form of algorithm. Is it even an algorithm? It's just that in computer science, this algorithm of this in this set of this sequence of instruction we be called line of code, and those line of code putting together we help the computer, or we help the computer to perform an action, and this line of code or set of instruction in computer science will be called a program. Therefore, what is the importance or the use of algorithm? First of all, the algorithm have to have a common language. It means that everybody can understand the algorithm. The instruction given in an algorithm are independent of a programming language. You don't need to understand a programming language to understand algorithm. And also in algorithm, there's not a unique representation of a solution of a problem. That means that there's the possibility to vary the representation of the to the solution of a problem. The only thing is that everybody have to understand the solution of the problem. That it means that algorithm help software developer to create efficient solution using algorithm without the necessary to master all the different programming language. It means that when you master algorithm, you can just at the end translate this solution into a programming any programming language. It means that when you master algorithm, it's more easy for you at the end to master any programming language. Let's take an example of an algorithm so that it should be more clear. Let's take this example. We say that T2 is our dog and we must help him to reach his bone. The task is to describe how we will process to following the rules. There is two rules. T2 can only perform one action at a time, and T2 can take steps or move in a direction. I advise you to take a piece of paper and to try to give a solution respecting the rules to the problem without taking any problem with the language. Just try to write a logic solution to the problem. I suggest you to step down the video, to pause the video, to do this before so that you can compare your solution with what we will propose next at the next step. Now let's take down this example of solution. We have many representation of the solution. You have the text representation. It means that we can say T2 turn to the left. After that, they move forward of 80 steps, and then turn to the right and move forward of 120 steps. That is a form a solution. That is a textual solution or a text solution of the or to the problem. Another type of solution can be a step of instruction. We can say turn to the left, move forward 80 steps, turn to the right, move forward 120 steps. This is another form of representation of the solution based on a list of instructions. We can even use the symbol. You have the symbol turn to the left, you have the symbol move forward, you have the symbol turn to the right, and you have the symbol move forward. And another representation of the solution is by using the diagram form. You see you have the step 0. At the step 0 is the initial step. After that, at the step 1 you have T2 that is turning to the left. After that, you have the step 2. T2 take 80 steps, move forward 80 steps. At the step 3, T2 turn to the right, and then at the step 4 it moves forward to 120 steps. Now you see algorithm is just matter of logic, the logic that is used to solve the problem. Now, what is pseudocode? Pseudocode will be a common way, or it's not a unique way, but we agree on a common way to write the solution. It can be the diagram, it can be the textual form. We agree on a common way to write in algorithm in a certain form, so that it will help us to have the same is the same way of writing. But it's not very important to respect the syntax of the pseudocode. The most important that you have to understand is that the most important thing is algorithm is to understand what is the logic of the solution. We can see inside this solution that we have in list of instruction, you have this sum of instruction that we give is like we have decided of a pseudocode, or you have started to give a certain formalism to how we write solution. Now pseudocode we agree on a matter of writing or a method of writing that is not a unique method. It's just a method of writing so that it should be more easy when you write a different solution on the problem in algorithm. Now, what we really give a syntax? What is the importance of giving a syntax to the pseudocode? It's just that you want to create a common way of writing. This is not a unique way, but it's just a common way of writing, and then we agree on this way of writing. We can have many type of writing depending on the different type of people. It means that when I will give you this, when we understand this type, the pseudocode, and when we agree on the syntax or our pseudocode, if you don't respect the all the detail of the syntax, it's not a matter. If the logic that you are writing the pseudocode or the algorithm on it is good, it will be okay. The most important thing you have to know is that it's the logic that is important, because the algorithm is not supposed to be executed by a computer. Therefore, it's not a very important need or to respect clearly the syntax of the pseudocode that we give. If you want to execute your algorithm in a computer, you're supposed to program this algorithm in a specific programming language so that you can test it. Now, what is the syntax that we will use for our algorithm? We have here the algorithm that you are supposed to have decided you have to take it, in this case as example, to illustrate some instruction that we give to T2 so that it should have its bond. The first thing is that you have all this, the most important keyword will be, or the keyword that are underlined are keyword that generally will not change. That is what this keyword will never change. You have the keyword algorithm that will be next to the name of the algorithm. You have the begin and the end keyword, and inside this begin and the end keyword, you will put some instruction. Some instruction that you have already seen for these cases was turn left, move 80 step, turn right, and move 100 and 20 step. Now we use some other rules, like we use the camel case notation. This camel case notation is just that we have a list. When you have a list of words to write, the first word, the first letter of each word will be in capital. It will be a capital letter except the first word. You see T2 eat born. You see how we write it like this. That is a camel case notation. No number as begin of variables names. You will see variable in the next video, but a variable names is also in camel case, but don't have that. You have no number at the beginning. And indentation of different, but indentation is just that when we want to give some spaces, so that you want to understand that this instruction are part of begin and end. It means that you will give a little spaces so that you can understand that this block, that is the set of instruction, sequence instruction, is part of begin and end. Those things are just good practice that will help us in programming language, and we just take it as some habit here when you hide our syntax of our pseudocode. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, and share, and above all, to hit the notification bell so that you will be informed of our next release video. And me, I tell you to the next. I see you to the next video.